Hey guys, ever thought of building an RV? This video will save you thousands of dollars in years. As you saw from the title, this video is about the one right material for an RV. But most people don't think about that, they just look at pictures on Pinterest. In photos, of course, everything looks beautiful, slats, paneling. But in reality, it can be much worse. Everything can get covered in mold in just a year. To put it briefly, in about 99% of RVs, the walls and ceiling are built mostly from solid wood, MDF, and plywood. And anyone currently interested in buying or building one will say there are no other materials. You're partly right, because no one advertises other materials, and these are much easier to work with. But there's a better material, fiberglass. It's what yachts, airplanes, and even satellites are made from. Some might say that's only for big companies. And you'd be partly right if you were ordering something custom or a large yacht for yourself. But in reality, that's not the case. If you know how to work with fiberglass, you can build an RV quite affordably. Next, let's discuss the materials most commonly used in the construction of modern RVs. First, let's take MDF. It's a debatable material, and if you buy low-grade stuff and head, say, to the seaside, humidity and intense heat, then in as little as a year it can be completely ruined, and you'll have to replace both the walls and the ceiling, which is obviously not great. And now I want to talk about the material that should be used for building the walls and ceiling in an RV. Naturally, the only right material is fiberglass. To start, its service life is 50 plus years, which other materials can't match. Secondly, it isn't bothered by moisture or heat and doesn't absorb odors. Also, if we take this panel, for example, we can see that making a piece like this, with 4 or 5 surfaces and smooth curves, out of plywood would be either extremely difficult and expensive or outright impossible. Next, I want to talk about the materials most commonly used for building RVs. Starting with MDF. Under high humidity and very high temperatures, it can be ruined in just 1 year. It's better used only indoors in houses, not for building RVs. Next, plywood. If you buy very expensive, highly moisture-resistant plywood, its service life can be around 10 years. If you choose lightweight plywood, which many people use, its service life can range from 3 to 6 years, depending on humidity. Like MDF, it's very sensitive to moisture, so you need to be much more careful with it. You can use expensive protective paints or install great ventilation, but that's practically unrealistic. Next is wood, which is most often used for ceiling finishes in the form of slats. Some even use it for walls. This is a tricky material because it warps badly with high temperatures or humidity. Also, wood, and plywood too, absorbs odors very well. When you cook, smells get absorbed heavily, and in just a year your camper can smell pretty bad. So keep that in mind. In just 2 to 3 years you'll have to resand and retreat the wood, and even plywood, in fact, needs to be treated every 2 to 3 years as well. Naturally, the best material for finishing walls and ceilings is fiberglass. With it, you can build a beautiful shell like this, preserving all the usable space, instead of skinning everything with flat sheets, as is usually done with plywood. So now I'm sure you have 2 questions: where to buy a fiberglass RV, or how to build one yourself. As for the first, I left links in the description where you can go to my website, check prices, and message me to order a custom RV build. And for those who want to build an RV with their own hands, I recorded a 10-hour instructional video on how to make the exact same panels at about 1/20th the factory cost, using a special technique that some either don't know about or don't talk about. I posted it for my subscribers on Boosty and Patreon via the link in the description. Not everyone needs to get into this or watch videos like it, but some people care about price and quality. This video is for you, and the links are in the description.